Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. I learned some things between this episode and last, and I moved a bunch of things, and I made a bunch of things, and lots of things happened. Okay, so overnight I let this farm grow and kind of do its thing, and I did feed it quite a lot of seeds. I think I just gave it one stack of seeds, and it was good enough to let the whole thing run overnight. Biogenerator's still full, and the bioreactor has still got some stuff in it, which is a little bit less than a bucket. So that's good to know. The sludge storage here is full, but the machine is still working. That's good. I'm not exactly sure what to do with the sludge. I think I've got to pipe that out and put it into like a sludge solidifier or something. I don't even know. Anyway, are you curious about how many essences we got last night? You think maybe a stack or two? How about a lot of stacks? Yeah, that's a lot of stacks. So let's come down here and take these out of here and unlock that. Go back up and pick all these up. We're going to turn these all into the second tier and let those run overnight and see what happens. So let's see. What did we do? We had to have the thing that I left outside. Of course. I can't wait to show you what's in there. Alright. I bet you can't wait to see what's in there. Now, it's nothing too special. I just moved everything over. Okay. I think that's what we're looking to do there. Oh. Okay. That is awesome. Cool. Okay, now I take my tier 1 seeds. Did these duplicate? I think these duplicated. So I have 2. I need 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good. And I'll save these for later. Yeah. So now I'm curious whether the machine will place the tier 2 stuff. So let's come down here and put in, well, I want, oh, I had 3? Shoot. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. So let's turn this off so it's not running. And we'll place those in there and lock the inventory. That way now when I take them out, the only thing that can go in there is these. But what I was trying to figure out was if I put tier 1 in here, lock them, take these out, can I put tier 2 in here? No, I can't. It is specific to tier 2. Okay? Good. Now, the question is then, why is it not planned? Oh, I didn't turn it back on. Let's turn you back on. Plant all of those. Cool. Now then the next question is, I've got this configured to extract tier 1 seeds. I wonder what happens if I put a tier 2 seed in here. That is also specific. I wonder if I can make that not specific. So that would be a metadata, I think. So now will it work? Nope. Let's try NBT. I can never remember the difference between those. Also no. Okay, that's fine. We can fix it by just taking that out, putting this in, and changing that to tier 2. Okay, so now overnight this will run and hopefully duplicate us some tier 2 seeds. That'd be pretty cool. But really we only need 9, so that's fine. And I'm gonna stick some of these in here and then the rest out in the chest. So these are going in there. The rest of this is gonna go in the chest. All right. So I think I'm gonna have an entire floor dedicated to running mystical agriculture here in our greenhouse. I think it's going to be a rather tall greenhouse. So you'll notice I took down some plants already, and then I converted a lot of this to a wheat field because I'm actually going through quite a lot of seeds with my chicken breeding, and as well as going through a lot of wheat making their roosts. Okay, so I got some, I'm trying to remember what all we did last time. I have some patching to do in the window over here, but I came in here and I just planted all of this. Right now it's going to be a manual farm. And I put the chests here where the sowers are going to be. And the sowers are going to be facing the other direction naturally. They're going to be facing the crop. And then underneath that is going to be, yeah, piping. I was just thinking in my head. I think we're going to be able to see down here. This isn't going to be pretty. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Anyway, so then what I did was I spent the last hour or so making and placing the AgriCraft sprinklers in here. Got it all set up, put the sprinklers in, and it started to rain. It was awesome. So the water filled up and the sprinklers started to work. Lagged my computer down to dead. Like all of those particles, I think I put one here to water these 4 crops, one here to water these 4 crops. So these 2 got watered twice. So there was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 sprinklers. And yeah, I couldn't do anything. The particle lag was ridiculous. So we're not going to do that. That's unfortunate. But all of that takes so much computation, and there's already enough going on that, I don't know, my computer just didn't want to handle it. So I think with the worms, there's going to be plenty of hydration, and we're just going to leave it like this. And then our second floor is going to go one spot above this. Okay, so there's going to be a floor there, and then there's going to be, I think, one airspace, and then the floor here. So, and I'm thinking about putting 2 levels. So the second level here is going to be where the rest of this is. I've definitely got enough to run a second floor already here, right? So these, and then the vanilla ones, and then these over here, as well as a spot for the ender pearls, are all going to have to go on the second floor. And I think the third floor is going to be the mystical agriculture, and then potentially a 4th floor for Botania. So it's going to be a very tall greenhouse. I think it's going to be really cool. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I don't need it this big. I actually, since I'm automating, what I should probably do would be most efficient would be to have the planters set up to plant 1 of each, or you know how there's 9 spots in the planter. Here, I'll just go take a look. Let's go show you while I'm talking about it. Okay, so yeah, you know how there's 9 spots here? Well, what I could do is I could put a different crop in each 9 slots, and then lock that inventory, and then feed it that way. And any leftovers would be sent to a separate chest or something. Yeah, that would be the most efficient way. I don't think that's going to be the most fun way. I think it's pretty fun to build large building with just more resources than we know what to do with. But at this point, I'm getting kind of to the point where I don't need to go mining very much anymore, except when I'm trying to do large projects. So I've kind of borrowed several of my chickens here, and I've decided to put them into a chest. Overnight last night, I did not get a Yellorium chicken. It did not happen. I think the farther we go down the list here, the more rare it is. So these guys just kept giving me glowstones. It filled up. There was 16 was a stack of chickens. I had 2 ender pearl chickens, and then this was another glowstone chicken. So these 3 blocked my chance of getting, since there's 3 chickens in here, I think it blocked my chance of getting a Yellorium, because it couldn't go anywhere. So I'm gonna have them fed down a hopper and stick into here. Oh, I've already got a blaze rod chicken. That's amazing. That was fast. Okay. And over here, I'm working on an emerald chicken, which is probably gonna take us a while. Okay, so I'm working up towards. I was looking through these, and I think it was a ghast tier chicken. XP chicken, that's cool. Oh, there's a Manulin chicken? Sweet. I wonder if there's a, where was it? Oh, here, or here. So, bone white chicken and blaze rod chicken. Okay. We can do that. We've got the bone white chicken here. So bone white and blaze rod. Okay. That's probably going to take a while as well. Okay, where does the iron or the gold one go? Here. And the lava chicken goes back here. Okay, cool. Scared me. Okay. Yeah, so this is the chicken coop. I'd like to make it a little, definitely taller. But this one's only going to be 1 floor. I don't imagine that each of these chickens is going to require such a large coop. Yeah. Oh, and I found this one over here, right? I found this is a gunpowder chicken. It's kind of neat. And I want to show you something. I'm going to go sleep, and then I'm going to show you, hopefully you've seen this video and haven't really gotten too far in chickens. Because this is kind of a cool accident that I've found. And maybe I can show you in the house if I have enough eggs. Yeah, okay, so I've got a couple. Let's see here. Let's throw one until we get a baby chicken. There we go. Okay, so normally we would have to wait for this chicken to grow up. 1,200 seconds. You see this little thing, chicken catcher? We've been turning chickens into items. Well, it works on baby chickens. Here's what happens. Oops. I want to right click on you. My bad. Okay. Turns it into an icon, right? Hey, we've got a grown chicken. I did that by accident. So let's turn you into an item. Turn you into an item. Instantly grown chickens. Yeah. I think whoever the mod maker is of chickens should have probably not made this work on baby chickens. Because that's awesome. You don't have to wait for them to grow up, ever. You just hatch your egg, pop them into the item, and set them back down. Yep, that's pretty cool. Okay, so what is the next thing I wanted to talk to you about? Okay, so I talked to you about the things that happened, the things I've learned, and the things that I did. Okay, well, let's talk about what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. I do not know. I would like to actually take a look at Botania. We haven't even touched Botania, and I've been talking about it for a long time. So, what you need to do before you start is grab the Lexica Botania. And so we're just going to take any kind of sapling and a book. So let's go do that. And I hope I have food in here. That's another thing we need to do. I really want to get into, once we get the ability to autocraft, I'm going to have the coolest food in the world. Oh, let's see, what do we have to eat? Beets? That should be okay. And I think I can eat barley. I know I can eat that one. And chicken. Cool. So let's eat the barley first. The 6 beetroot. Okay, and then the chicken. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's do sapling, because we know we have plenty of those. And then I don't know if I have any books. No, I don't. Can I make a book? Don't have any paper. Oops. Okay. And there's our, or is it this one? That's the same thing. Okay. Toss that in there. And now let's look at our book. Reads through here. Welcome to blah blah blah. It's a fun mod. Do your thing. Vasky is the mod author, and you need to watch out for him because he's awesome. He is there's tutorials and stuff. We don't need that. Okay, so one of the first things you want to do is make a petal apothecary. It tells you here kind of the tutorial of the basics, welcome to Botania, stuff like that. Talks to you about the mystical flowers. I've talked to you about those. And then the petal apothecary is the next thing you need to make. So you come in here, it talks about what it does, why you need it. There's totally a story behind it. And then as you go, it will tell you how to make it. Well, let's come over here and that. Okay, so we need either a shimmering mushroom, a petal, some cobblestone slabs, and some cobblestone blocks. So let's grab all of our mystical flowers. Okay, we'll grab our pestle and mortar. That will come in handy later. And then let's take a look at which one we have the most of. It looks like this yellow one. So let's grab the yellow and turn it into some petals. And then let's see if we can make the petal apothecary. No. Okay, so let's get these out of here. Make some of those. And we'll do that. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't matter which petal, which color you use for this crafting. It just matters that we have a petal at all. So we'll put our petal apothecary here, and then let's grab, I'm curious, grab a sink. Let's actually move it over one. Put our sink here. We should just have that there anyway. And then let's grab a bucket, and let's grab the one water transfer node and one of those just in case. Okay, so we can right click, put water in here, or right click to bring the water back out. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna put it in there, and then let's grab some seeds. Okay, back to our book. Next thing on the list is called a pure daisy. We're going to want to make 2 of these. Okay, so for our first craft, what I'm going to want to do is grab 4 white petals. Okay, so I've got white here. Let's grab 2 of those. That gives us 4 petals. And then we're going to, so if I look at this, it says 4 petals and it gives you a pure daisy. Okay, so basically you just hit Q, drops them in there, and now if you look at it, it says there's a check mark there, and then it says plus a seed. So you got to take seeds, just regular vanilla seeds, and toss those in there too, and that gives us a pure daisy. Now the pure daisies don't have to be planted in yeah, they do. Okay. So let's grab some dirt. They can't be planted on wood, obviously. So stick that here. Pick this up. And we're going to put another one here. Okay. Let's put our pure daisy down, and then let's grab some okay, some wood. Now it doesn't matter which way these are placed, just put the wood around the pure daisy and we're going to get something special out of that eventually. Okay, so instead of using a bucket to bring this over every time, I'm curious whether a transfer node can pipe it in directly. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, that's a bummer. Can it do it from the top? Nope. Can it do it from the bottom? Can it do it in a box? Can it do it with a box? Yeah. I know, I'm a nerd. Put that there. No, not that. Hey, there we go. Now we've got living wood. Okay. Put this over here. Put the transfer nodes so that it's feeding into the bottom there. See if this will work. No. Okay. Bummer. It's a notoriously difficult thing to automate. I've seen one mod, excuse me, one mod that does it. We do not have that mod. And no, it's not really necessary to get it. It's an entire mod for one item, and that doesn't seem cool. So we can just pipe the buckets in. We've got an infinite water source, and that's good enough. So let's make another one. Actually, I don't have enough to make more than 2. So toss in our petals, and then seeds, and that gives us a cool sound. And then there's our daisy. The next thing I want to drop around it is stone. Okay, stone, and eventually that will turn into something else. Okay, now the next thing we want to look at is called the Wand of the Forest. We could do a runic altar too. That's going to be a little bit later. So Wand of the Forest is made out of petals and living wood twigs. Now to make a twig, you just put 2 living wood on top of each other like that. It gives us a twig. So let's get 3 of those. And then let's select the color that we think looks the coolest. I personally am a fan of white and blue. Specifically, or maybe like a silver and blue, or white and silver, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's just do the thing that I like. Okay, so that was a tall flower. You notice the tall flowers, if you put them in here, gets you 4. which is great. So we like tall flowers. Okay, so now on our crafting table, we're going to put our twigs like this, and then there we go. Now we can tell the colors where to go. Right now the blue is on the tip and the white is on the side. If we want to switch it around, we could do that. I think I liked this way better. So let's do that. Okay. Now, here we go. Living rock. So it should have been called living stone. We had living wood over here, and now it's living rock. I'm gonna call it living stone. That's just something I've done ever since I started playing Botania. So the next thing I would like to make is called a flower pouch. Flower pouches are fantastic. So it's basically any wool with a petal. So let's grab 5 pieces of wool. I don't think I have any. Oh, I've got 2. Okay. But I would like to make it out of these. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to it's not called a petal pouch. That would be great. Flower pouch. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what this does is when you open it, see how there's all the colors in here from Botania, and it's got a 0 by it. So I can shift click all the flowers in there. It won't take the petals, and it won't take the large ones. So the tall ones, I mean. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now we can use our petal pouch, flower pouch, to store all of our flowers. The cool part is when we collect flowers, they can go directly into our pouch if it's on our hotbar, which is really neat. Okay, the next thing I want to make that I'm actually really excited about is called the Horn of the Wild, if I can make it. I'm not sure if I can, but I would like to. Now that is in the magical items, I believe. Horn of the Wild, right here. Okay, and I'll just show you what this is like. Ooh. Don't know that I can make this. I don't think I have any pasture seeds. Okay, so we are going to have to get into mana manipulation. So, to do that, we're going to need... let's just grab a stack of stone and a stack of wood, and we'll just keep these rolling, especially the wood. Okay. So what we want to look at is called mana manipulation is the thing we're looking at. Okay, so we need a mana pool and we need a mana spreader. The mana pool is made by taking 5 living rock and making a kind of a boat pattern out of it. That gives us a mana pool. Let's go outside and do this. I should probably just bring my flowers out here anyway. And we'll go up here to the spot that used to be the mystical agriculture. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down. It doesn't really matter where. And then the next thing I need to make is a way to, think of that as a battery. Okay. And wait, I am curious. Let me come back to my accessories, mystical items, Horn of the Wild. Okay, so it's just mana. Great, cool. Okay, so the next thing I want to make is called a mana spreader. And a mana spreader is made like so. It's living wood. Okay, let's stop that. Okay, I'm just holding left shift to stop it from rotating through. So 6 living wood, a gold, and this is going to say shimmering mushroom, but you can just say anytime you see a shimmering mushroom, you can implement a petal in its place. It can be a petal of any color. So let's get all this here. Put some more down. And yes, we will be automating that. Okay. And replace that. Alright, so let's grab a piece of gold and put the pattern down for that. I've got 5 of these, let's use that one. Okay, now the next thing I want to make is a way to create mana. So the generating flora is the flowers that make mana. And I'll just tell you right now, a begonia is actually pretty cool because we're going to get a lot of extra bees. Endoflame is amazing, early game. Hydrangeas will wither and die after a little while. And they don't even have, they used to have one that ran off of daylight and one that ran off of night, the moonlight. Those also withered away and died. I miss those, I like those a lot. So I'm going to make these 2 here. Okay, so the begonia is mana powder. I don't think I have, so we've got to make mana powder first, so we can't do that. So let's make some endoflames. So 2 brown, a red, and a light gray. Let's open up our petal pouch and see what we've got. So 2 brown, light gray, and a red, correct? Yep. Okay, so let's turn those into petals. This will give us 2 flowers. So let's come over here and fill this up. Put in 2 brown, light gray, a red, and seeds. I'm just using Q to do that. Okay, let's do it again. Q twice, Q over top of each of these. That gives us a second one. Now let's grab some, I need to make more charcoal. Now these things will burn stuff that, like a furnace, right? So let's make 2 coal blocks because I want these to make as much coal or as much mana as possible. So that what they'll do is you plant these, and the I think we plant these first, and then we'll put down the mana spreader kind of so that I'm facing away from the mana pool, and do that. Now let's say that I just plunked this down because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's facing the wrong way. Okay, so this is where the mana comes out of. The reason why we made the Wand of the Forest is because it acts as a wrench, so to speak, or a tool to use for Botania. So if you look up in the air, you don't have anything selected, and you hold shift and then you right click, it will change to function mode, and you'll notice that the green leaf is gone. And we go back in its bind mode, the green leaf is back. So you can take a peek real quick when you look at the Wand of the Forest and know which mode you're in. You can also hover over it with your mouse and get an info of that. So I know that I'm in bind mode. That's what I want. So now that I'm in bind mode, I want to bind this mana spreader to the mana pool. To do that, I just hit shift right click, and then it highlights it, and then I shift right click where I want it to go. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is take a look at these flowers. So if I were to pick this flower up, okay, and look at this flower, you see how there's a red X by the mana spreader? If you put the flowers down before you put down your mana spreader, the flowers don't know where to send their mana. So if I place this down, and now that I've placed it down after there's been a mana spreader nearby, when I hover over top of it, it highlights the mana spreader that it is connected to. If you want to change which mana spreader, let's say you have multiple mana spreaders, you shift right click in your bind mode with your wand, highlight this, and then shift right click the mana spreader that you want it to be connected to. So we'll do that here. Shift right click, and then shift right click the mana spreader that it's connected to. Okay, so now we have two generating flora, two flowers that generate mana. Consider mana as our power source, or is our power. These are generators. Can think of this as like a magical cable that connects the generators to the battery. Okay, then we can use mana spreaders cables to take the power mana from the battery to anything else that we want. Okay, so that's a very good way to help you wrap your head around what Botania is doing. You've got your generating flora, those are generators, power generators. You've got your mana spreaders, those are the way that you take the power and move it around like you would power lines. You've got mana pools, which are batteries, and then you've got mana consuming flora, or we could just come out here and take a look. Functional flora. Think of these as like flowers that do something when you provide them with the power that this mod calls mana. Okay, so there's tons of stuff in here. It's really cool. Clayconia turns sand into clay. Daffodil is a fan. All kinds of stuff, right? It's really cool. Hibiscus, what does this do? Ignoble bees, while exactly as useful as their pristine kin, have but only one flaw. After 100 generations or so, they begin to become diseased, weak, and may die off on you. Right before you get that coveted mutation, they'll drive your fellow apiarists mad with envy. It seems that there is a solution to this after all, though. With enough mana, time, and help of the very special hibiscus at your side, you can expunge the multitude of genetic weaknesses in the ignoble wild bees. Cool. We'll be getting into that with more bees manipulation later, once we have power. Once we have power, we get into gendistry, and then we can really fly through the bee stuff. So power is something that I'm going to be getting into very soon, once I have all the rest of this under wraps. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to feed we're going to put coal in our furnaces. Okay, drop it on the ground, and these guys pick it up. They make a cool little noise, and they're starting to feed their power to the mana spreader, which is then feeding that power to the mana pool. And it looks awesome. Botania is a very pretty mod. Okay, I'm going to go sleep, and then we're going to do some more things. I don't think that I have any grass. No. So let's grab some shears. I know I have those. And let's get us some grass. Because the thing that I want is from mana. So basically I'm going to have to drop this in the mana pool to get the thing that I want. Okay, let's get another one, because I want to show you what this stuff does. It's pretty cool. You have a little bit of a mana here. It doesn't take much, obviously. Now, if you want to know how much mana is in here, it's basically just a visual representation. And I can click on here and see the green on the left. Once it reaches a certain amount, it spreads it. Okay, same thing here. It's blue here. Okay, so I'm going to drop this. Now this is what these pasture seeds do. It's kind of cool. Takes your grass. Oh, it doesn't work. What do these do? It's okay, well whatever. We don't... I thought you could plant them and they could turn your grass a different color. That's what they used to do. Okay, so I'm going to use these pasture seeds for another purpose. I want to make the Horn of the Wild. And I'll show you why. So this takes 5. How many do I have? I have 4. Okay. Harvest all this up. And then let's make the Horn of the Wild, because it is cool. Am I forgetting that it's crafted? Crafting the Horn of the Wild. Living wood, living wood, living wood, living wood. Pasture seeds. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Why is that not working? Did I put the wrong things down here? Living wood, living wood. Oh, derp. There we go. Wrong recipe. Okay, the Horn of the Wild is neat. Is neat, neat, neat. So let's come out here to our wheat pasture. Big wheat pasture. So normally this would take a long time to harvest all of this. Not with the Horn of the Wild. Just come out to the middle here and hold right click. And up they all go. Now, yeah, I gotta go back and replant everything. I gotta run over here and get it. But there's also a solution for that in Botania. Let's see how far away that is. Just curious. There we go, accessories. Okay. This is a mana steel. So I know how to make that. We've got iron and... Okay, so 8 mana steel and that. So let's show you how to make mana steel. Because this sucks. Okay, in the meantime, there's a couple super important things. Like, you're probably wondering, hopefully you haven't paused the video and are running around looking for flowers. Because there is some very important things that you need to know about finding flowers. And it's called floral fertilizer. You take bone meal and in 4 of these indie powders, and you get floral fertilizer. So let's grab some bone meal, and let's open up our flower pouch, and let's grab out... No, I don't want the whole stack. Let's just go down to 5 here. Go down to 5 here. So on and so forth. Just going to drop everything down to 5, just because I want to keep at least some of all of them. And to kind of be a benchmark, okay? To show you how we're doing. So let's turn all these into petals. Let's actually dump some of this stuff that I don't need at the moment. I think that will do for now. Come back in here. Let's just get the rest of these. Okay, so we have all of them at 5 except for these 4. Sorry, these 3. This one has 1, and this one over here that has 0. Okay, so we're going to turn them all into petals. Just by putting them in here and shift clicking them out. Okay. And then we're going to grab our pestle and mortar and turn them all into dust. So yeah, we are trashing everything that we have except for 5 or so. Okay. I think that's all of them. Now we're going to come into our regular crafting station, and we're going to put it in a pattern like this. Oh, and grab out just whatever we can get. Okay, we can consolidate all these. Oh, there's some brown here that needs to be turned into dust. Those two are important. Okay. Now we can do that and bring the rest down. Okay, so now what I would like to show you is cool way to get more flowers. So let's go find an area, a little Horn of the Wild area, and actually this is a pretty good spot right here because there's nothing really growing nearby. So what I would do is right click with your floral fertilizer 5 to 10 times. So we're gonna go 6, and then I'm gonna, so that creates a whole bunch of mystical flowers around you. It's 3 per, and there's a decent radius that where it goes, and having flowers already here doesn't prevent it from creating 3. I've done this a gazillion times, and if it has that chance, it's very, very low. Just as long as this area is not saturated enough to where there's nothing, and then maybe it won't even use it. I haven't tried that, but so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go 10 more times. Okay, so that gave me a lot. Oh, hey, let's put in our do that. Okay, so now all of these flowers should go into our flower pouch. Okay, and there's a lot of them. Now we look in here, we've got at least 5 in every row except for the white. That's awesome. Okay, so that's how you can get flowers really quick. So let's take a look at our mana here, and we want to make a begonia, and let's see if we can drop this in here. We can? Great. Okay, let's go make a begonia, because we have bees to feed it. In fact, I've got enough bees that I could probably start doing gendistry as soon as we have power to run it. Okay, so grab our book and let's go back to the generating flora. Click on begonia. So we're going to need 1 white, 1 black, and 2 yellow. Let's make 2. 1 white, 1 black, and 2 yellow. Turn those into petals. And our seeds. I did put those away. Oh, no, I didn't. I left them in a chest out here while we're waiting for our wheat to grow to redemonstrate. Okay. So we'll come over here, we'll grab some water, and we'll do 1 white, 1 black, 2 yellow, and a seed. That didn't work. Oh, and of course, these 3 things here. There we go. Now I'm going to need to go make 3 more, so let's grab sugar canes, turn that into sugar, and go drop these in the mana pool. And let's grab a bee to feed it. We'll plop down our begonia here and drop a bee on it. It'll nom that bee down and give us some mana. Cool. Alright, so let's drop these in here. Great. Make another one. That way we can run 2 bees at a time. Okay, some more water. The white, black, yellow, 3 of these, and a seed. Great. So now the only thing that we need is to just store up a lot of mana. We need a lot of mana. Let's make sure that this is connected. These are all connected. Drop down the bee. It'll get eaten and contributed to the mana stream. Alright, now let's see how much mana we have in here. It's not a lot, but let's see if we can turn... I want to turn 8 of these ingots into mana steel. 1, 2, 3. Great. So let's come over here. We'll, now that we've stored up a little bit of mana, we definitely want to make sure that we have a lot more. I want iron. I want 4 more pieces of iron. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a... Oh, I need to grab glass real quick. I have some cooking. Okay. I love that furnace. I'm totally making that from now on in every Minecraft that I play. It's great. Okay, so we're going to put that down, and then we're going to put this around as mana steel, and this is going to be a mana lens. So before I do that, let me just make sure that I'm making the right recipe here. So I'm going to go into baubles and accessories, ring of magnetization, and we want to make, yeah, so mana lens with iron and gold. Okay, and that's going to give us a magnetizing lens. And then we're going to need to go make a ring. So I need to make 4 more pieces of mana steel. I sure hope there's enough in here. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. This is going to work. And this is going to work great. Okay, so now we're going to put our mana lens here, and we're going to put the mana steel in a pattern just like that. Now we have the ring of magnetization. Now what this does is you click on this baubles, this little circle here, and you have a whole nother inventory of stuff to put on. You've got a hat, chest, neck, shield still, belt. I think this is another necklace. This might not be a necklace. This might be like a pendant that goes on your like, lapel or something, and these are rings. So now I have a ring of magnetization. Check this out. So when I drop something way over there, give it a second. When you drop something yourself, it takes a minute for the ring of magnetization to kick in, because it wants to make sure that when you dropped it, you have time to get away before it picks it up. So let's check this out. You're going to really like this. So with the ring and the Horn of the Wild, yeah, you know where I'm going with this. I do not have the inventory space to support what I'm about to do. That's okay. Let's come over here to our wheat field. It's not fully grown yet. That's fine. Just going to come over here and... Yeah, that's great. I really like that. Also, so I definitely do not have the space to carry all of these items, right? Oh, I did. Awesome. If you don't, let's say that I come over here and I Horn of the Wild over here, and I just collect a bunch of stuff. We're going to grab flowers, we're going to grab seeds of various kinds, and we're going to fill up our inventory. Okay, so I do not have enough space to carry everything. Well, the cool part about the ring is that it continues to suck it towards you no matter what. And it's dragging it along behind us. Even if I run, it's keeping up. There it is. Yep. So that's really cool. I like that. Let's see if it'll go over terrain. No problem. No problem whatsoever. So I can come in here, have all the stuff with me, and I can shift click it in there. Yep, just like that. Now it's not a great way to probably, it's not a great thing to probably haul everything with you at all times, but it's kind of nice that it does that. That way you can not lose something that you actually want to take with you. Anyway, well, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Botania is a really cool mod, and we're going to be getting into it. There's bosses to fight, armor to craft, so many cool things, dude. I can't even, it's awesome. We are doing it primarily to help us farm better, and there's definitely some things that we can get into that will help us do that. But for now, I'm going to close it out, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.